Hello and welcome to Chicken Tuesday. It's been an exciting week this week because the only girl that hasn't been laying this year so far, Matilda, who's the speckled Sussex, has laid. And this is her lovely little egg here. Now it is small and it will get slightly larger as she goes through her laying season, but it's great. I'm so chuffed that she started laying and she seems very happy with it. There's no problems there. The interesting thing about the size of that egg is that it doesn't necessarily mean that the yolk is going to be much smaller than the yolks in those other eggs that you see. And actually, I've already cracked open one of Matilda's eggs and compared it to the others, and it was actually slightly larger, the yolk, which seems quite weird, but it's actually less white that you tend to get in smaller eggs like this, particularly when it's a large breed hen that is laying it. So what we see here from left to right are eggs from Matilda, then Hamble, who's the Barnevelder, who I talked about last week a bit. Then the shiny brown egg is Edith's egg. She's one of the copper black Morans. And at the very right hand side is Beryl's egg. And Beryl is also a copper black Morans, but their eggs aren't as dark as probably as classically expected from copper black Morans, so I'm not really that bothered. But that is just the way of things. So yeah, so here's the 4 girls' eggs. I haven't yet had the day when they've all laid together. It tends to be a combination of them, and we're guessing on average 3 eggs a day. Well, actually, that wouldn't work out if I've never had 4, will it? Do the maths. So I suppose we're guessing certainly getting 2 eggs a day, sometimes getting 3 eggs a day. We've not had 4 eggs a day this year so far. Come on, girls. Come on. Come on, girls. Chicks. So here's Matilda, the speckly one, who has just started laying this week. So we've had 2 eggs so far from her. She's not the most prolific of layers. She will probably get up to 3 eggs a week. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Really isn't the reason why I keep chickens, the fact that they lay eggs. I mean, it's a wonderful benefit because the eggs taste delicious. But if they didn't lay, that's absolutely fine. And in fact, as they get older, they will lay less and less to the point where they stop laying, and that's fine. One thing I have noticed is that since she's come into lay, Matilda is a lot hungrier. She's never been a greedy hen, and that's really weird because chickens tend to be quite greedy. They will, oh, there's little Edith down there. They will stuff themselves. As soon as there's food available, that'll be them. They'll get right to it. But Matilda will sometimes see the others tucking in and sort of, and off she'll wander and just have a peck about and just, meander around, not particularly eating. And it used to worry me, and occasionally it does, I suppose, but she's never, never been bothered. It's never had any impact on her, touch wood. And her weight is fine. So yeah, but now that she's in lay, obviously her body is needing more calories, and that is manifesting itself with her being a lot more assertive around food. She's actually the top hen, so she if she wants something, she can actually go and get it, even if the others are there first. But I have to say, I'm sort of quite happy seeing her a little bit hungrier. And as for being top hen, Matilda is what would the term be? A benign dictator. So she doesn't really assert her authority unnecessarily. It's only on certain occasions when you see her say, right, okay, get out of the way, it's my turn, or don't do that. Don't go there, it's my place to go to. So for example, there was one time she was in the dust bath in the extension, the sort of kitchen basin with the earth and diatomaceous earth and sand all mixed together, where they go in and have dust baths. And she was in there quite the thing, and along comes Beryl, and Beryl is there. So along comes Beryl, who's bottom of the pecking order, and she's standing gazing intently in as Matilda's having her dust bath. And the next thing, she hops in, and it's not really big enough for two, that little dust bath in the run. And I thought, oh, what's going to happen here? And Matilda just got up and got out, and I thought, oh, Matilda, are you losing your touch? And Beryl's like, well, hey, want to watch here? Having a good old dust bath. And then the next moment, Matilda looks at her and pecks her 2 or 3 times very sternly on the head, and jumps in and pecks at her feet, and out pops Beryl, and Matilda enjoys her dust bath again. So yeah, so she does. That's the sort of thing that she'll do. But you can see there she's quite happy, pecking around, rooting around with the others, and there isn't really any nastiness or even assertiveness for the main part. And I like that about Matilda. She is, to me, she's soft and fluffy and nice and cuddly and just a very pleasant little bird. That's not to say the others aren't soft and fluffy, but they don't quite appreciate being cuddled as much as Matilda does, although Matilda grins and bears it more than absolutely loves it. Yeah, so that's Matilda. Beryl is quite the polar opposite from Matilda when it comes to eating. Beryl is a guzzler, absolute guzzler, and she is hysterical. If there's any treats to be had, she will run around chasing wherever they're thrown, and she's fast with it. So you've got to watch that she doesn't get all the treats and nobody else gets any. She's actually having a little peck there. There are some biscuit crumbs there. and she's found them and she's having a great old time and not saying much so the others aren't getting any. Oh, here's Edith, who also is a bit of a guzzler. She's coming to join in, just tidying up the crumbs. Thank you very much, girls. Meanwhile, the two big uns have just taken themselves back into the run. Hello, girls. Which hasn't been tidied since last night, so that's why it looks like it's sand dunes. Hamble, the one I haven't talked about yet, is has got quite a voracious appetite as well, but she's older than the other two, Edith and Beryl, so isn't quite as fast on her feet, so gets beaten to the food if it's thrown for them. But she does like her food, don't you? Don't you, Hamble? Yeah. What are you saying? Hamble, I think, wants to lay, so that's her taking herself into a nest box. Hello, Beryl. Hello, Beryl. As always, Beryl's on the lookout for food. Edith tends to be the girl that does meander off on her own sometimes. They are flock animals, so generally stay together, but if anyone's inclined to go missing in another part of the garden, it's Edith. There she goes, she's just doing a lap of the shed. She'll probably pop back up down here shortly. Meanwhile, this pair untidy the path that's just been swept. That's one thing about chickens when you let them free range. Nothing stays tidy, and any plants and fruit and veg you want to protect from them, you got to really put up some sort of protection, because if these girls fancy a nibble on something, they will just help themselves. Oh, I think Hamble's in the nest box now. Hi, hello. Is that the one you're going to lay in, do you think? Or are you still choosing? Are you still choosing? Okay, I'll leave you to it. It's lovely listening to the little noises that they make when they're in the nest box or when they're just meandering around. And as I say that, everyone stops making noises. Beryl is, we should call her Foghorn Leghorn actually. She is very noisy, particularly in the morning when I let them out. She likes to announce that she's out and about, or in fact she likes to announce that they are out the cooping in the run. So when the automatic door opens and they get into the run, even if I'm still upstairs, I can hear her announcing that she's out and about, and is quite happy for it. Oh. And that whiny sort of noise, sorry Hamble, it is whiny, is Hamble. Hello. It sounds a bit of a disgruntled noise. I don't really know what it is, but she's not disgruntled. I think probably She knows that she's wanting to lay, she's needing to lay, but she's nosy to see what I'm doing out here just in case I've got any food. So it's a sort of, oh, I want to go in and lay, but I don't want to miss anything. They're off on another circuit round the garden. They've been in the run, had a mooch about, noticed there's no veg hanging up for them yet. Hamble's decided she's not quite urgently in need of lay, so they're off for another meander. And such is the life of a chicken. I hope you've enjoyed this short video, a little insight into the world of chickens, or certainly the world of the chickens here at my garden and the dinosaurs who live here. Thanks very much for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please click the subscribe button, and if you click the bell, you'll get alerts as to when I post any new videos on my channel. Thanks again for watching. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.